Good evening and welcome back to a very late recording of The Longing. It's about 11 PM at night for me. So, with that said, we're very quickly going to continue to read the Iliad by Homer and get this uploaded as quick as we can before midnight. So, let's get going. Achilles speeds from tent to tent and warms his hardy myrmidons to blood and arms. All breathing death around the chief they stand, a grim, terrific, formidable band. Grim as voracious wolves that seek the springs, 244, when scalding thirst their burning bowels wrings. When some tall stag, fresh slaughtered in the wood, has drenched their wide, insatiate throats with blood. To the black fount they rush, a hideous throng, with paunch distended and with lolling tongue. Fire fills their eye, their black jaws belch the gore, and gorged with slaughter still they thirst for more. Like furious rushed the Myrmidonian crew, such their dread strength and such their deathful view. High in the midst the great Achilles stands, directs their order, and the war commands. He, loved of Jove, had launched for Ilian's shores full 50 vessels manned with 50 oars. 5 chosen leaders the fierce bands obey, himself supreme in valour as in sway. First marched Menestheus, of celestial birth, derived from thee whose waters wash the earth. Divine Spertius, Jove-descended flood, a mortal mother mixing with a god. Such was Menestheus, but miscalled by fame, the son of Borus that espoused the dame. Eudorus next, whom Polymele the gay, famed in graceful dance, produced today. Her sly Selenius loved on her would gaze, as with swift step she formed the running maze. To her high chamber from Diana's choir, the god pursued her, urged and crowned his fire. The son confessed his father's heavenly race, and aired his mother's swiftness in the chase. Strong Echecleus, blessed in all those charms that pleased a god, succeeded to her arms. Not conscious of those loves long hid from fame, with gifts of price he sought and won the dame. Her secret offspring to her sire she bare, her sire caressed him with a parent's care. Pisander followed, matchless in his art, to wing the spear or aim the distant dart. No hand so sure of all the Emathian line, or if a surer great Patroclus thine. The fourth by Phoenix's grave command was graced, Laius's valiant offspring led the last. Soon as Achilles with superior care had called the chiefs and ordered all the war, this stern remembrance to his troops he gave: Ye far-famed Myrmidons, ye fierce and brave, think with what threats you dared the Trojan throng. Think what reproach these ears endured so long. Stern son of Peleus, thus ye used to say, while restless raging in your ships you lay. O nursed with gall, unknowing how to yield, whose rage defrauds us of so famed a field. If that dire fury must forever burn, what make we here? Return, ye chiefs, return. Such were your words, now warriors grieve no more. Lo, there the Trojans bathe your swords in gore. This day shall give you all your soul demands, glut all your hearts and weary all your hands. Diana. Thus while he roused the fire in every breast, close and more close the listening cohorts pressed. Ranks wedged in ranks of arms a steely ring, still grows and spreads and thickens round thickens round the king. Missed a line there. As when a circling wall the builder forms, of strength defensive against wind and storms. Compacted stones the thickening work compose, and round him wide the rising structure grows. So helm to helm and crest to crest they throng, shield urged on shield, and man drove man along. Thick undistinguished plumes together joined, float in one sea and wave before the wind. Far o'er the rest in glittering pomp appear, there bold Automedon, Patroclus here. Brothers in arms with equal fury fired, two friends, two bodies with one soul inspired. But mindful of the gods Achilles went to the rich coffer in his shady tent. There lay on heaps his various garments rolled, and costly furs and carpets stiff with gold, the presents of the silver-footed dame. From thence he took a bowl of antique frame, which never man had stained with ruddy wine, nor raised in offerings to the power divine. But Peleus' son and Peleus' son to none had raised in offerings but to Jove alone. This tinged with sulphur sacred first to flame, he purged and washed it in the running stream, then cleansed his hands, and fixing for a space his eyes on heaven, his feet upon the place of sacrifice, the purple draught he poured forth in the midst, and thus the god implored. O thou supreme, high-throned, all height above, O great Pelasgic Dodonian Jove, who midst surrounding frosts and vapours chill presidest on bleak Dodona's vocal hill, whose groves the Salii race austere surround, their feet unwashed, their slumbers on the ground, who hear from rustling oaks thy dark decrees, and catch the fates low whispered in the breeze. Here as of old thou gavest at Thetis' prayer, glory to me and to the Greeks despair. Lo, to the dangers of the fighting field, the best, the dearest of my friends I yield. Though still determined to my ships confined, Patroclus gone, I stay but half behind. O be his guard thy providential care, confirm his heart, and string his arm to war. Pressed by his single force, let Hector see his fame in arms, not owing all to me. But when the fleets are saved from foes and fire, let him with conquest and renown retire. Preserve his arms, preserve his social train, and safe return him to these eyes again. Great Jove consents to half the chief's request, but heaven's eternal doom denies the rest. To free the fleet was granted to his prayer, his safe return the winds dispersed in air. Back to his tent the stern Achilles flies, and waits the combat with impatient eyes. Meanwhile the troops beneath Patroclus' care invade the Trojans and commence the war. As wasps provoked by children in their play, pour from their mansions by the broad highway. In swarms the guiltless traveller engage, whet all their stings, and call forth all their rage. All rise in arms, and with a general cry assert their waxen domes and buzzing progeny. Thus from the tents the fervent legion swarms, so loud their clamours and so keen their arms. Their rising rage Patroclus' breath inspires, who thus inflames them with heroic fires. O warriors, partners of Achilles' praise, be mindful of your deeds in ancient days. Your godlike master let your acts proclaim, and add new glories to his mighty name. Think your Achilles sees you fight, be brave, and humble the proud monarch whom you save. Joyful they heard, and kindling as he spoke, flew to the fleet involved in fire and smoke. From shore to shore the doubling shouts resound, the hollow ships return a deeper sound. The war stood still, and all around them gazed, when great Achilles' shining armour blazed. Troy saw, and thought the dread Achilles nigh. At once they see, they tremble, and they fly. And with that, we come to the end of the episode. So I will say my usual thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night. No matter what time of day it is, I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.